drugs. I was forced into adoption, adopted by a civil rights lawyer for a father and a social worker for a mother. I struggled as a kid. I wasn't fully able to hear until I was 6 and fully able to speak until I was 12. My parents were often told that they should have never adopted me. My adopted mother struggled. She was addicted to alcohol, suffered from mental health trauma. I often found safety in my school, at my park, and with my neighbors. When I left college, it was in the midst of the Great Recession. I couldn't find a job. I often blamed myself. In fact, for most of my life, I was told I was a failure. But my dad had always told me that people were going to be tough on me, and I just gotta try. He never framed it as success or failure, but simply to try. I remember when he passed away in 2011. I was 26, and I was just fired from my job. He said, "Robert, I was tough on you because I love you, and I just want you to follow your dreams." I remember getting depressed. I remember contemplating my own life. I remember in 2012 working an unstable sales job and watching as thousands of us young people who were promised a bright future now stuck with thousands of dollars of student debt. I remember in 2013 when our local sandwich shop at the forefront of the Fight for 15 movement fired their employees a few days before Christmas. I remember that same year I watched my mother drink herself to death and die with $300,000 of housing debt. I remember when George Zimmerman got off for the murder of Trayvon Martin. It was at this time I became an organizer of the People's Lobby. I helped win a minimum wage increase. I helped start the End Money Bond Coalition and helped win bail reforms. We worked to elect new folks, especially a new prosecutor, Kim Foxx, and kicked out Anita Alvarez. During the 35 years I've been on this planet, there has only been one candidate running for president who's had my back. He's been fighting for someone he never even knew. That candidate is Bernie Sanders. So here we are. In the last 30 to 40 years, we have seen disinvestment in our communities. In the last 30 to 40 years, we have seen more and more loneliness. In the last 30 to 40 years, we have seen more and more folks feel unsafe. In the last 30 to 40 years, we've been told to pick ourselves up by bootstraps that don't even exist. In the last 30 to 40 years, Bernie Sanders took lonely votes, made long speeches, and has fought for all of us. My predecessor once said, "Yes, we can." And while I believe we are the extension of that hope, I believe that if we struggle and fight, then yes, we can win Medicare for all. Yes, we can win college for all and cancel student debt. Yes, we can end endless wars. Yes, we can win a homes guarantee. Yes, we can end cash bond. Yes, we can. This is not a time for us to think small. This is a time when we must think big, because when we think small, Donald Trump wins. This is a moment where we must be tough and follow our dreams. This is a moment where we can't go back in the fight against fascism. This is our moment. This is our chance to elect someone like Bernie Sanders, who looks at our crisis and says, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, and the only thing to do is fight like hell. Are we going to fight like hell? Are we going to fight like hell? There's those who tell us that what we want is impossible. How dare you tell a black person in America what is and isn't possible? We survived the slave ship. We survived the slashes of a whip. We survived Jim Crow and Ronald Reagan. We survived the foreclosure crisis. We are surviving the reappearance of white nationalism. How dare you tell any of us what is and isn't possible? How dare you tell a Jewish person what is and isn't possible? Folks who survived anti-Semitic attacks, folks who survived anti-Semitic Russian pogroms, Folks who survived the Holocaust, how dare you tell Jewish folks what is and isn't possible? So the powerful can kill 1, 2, or 100 roses, but they'll never stop the arrival of spring. And our fight is in the search of spring. On March 17th, we're 1,000,000 roses, and we're going to win Illinois for Bernie Sanders.